Welcome back to the Behind the Blind podcast with Heartland Waterfowl, brought to you by Tetra Hearing. Find them online at tetrahearing.com. Matt Westco, Joe Palumbo, Logan Birded. I'm Ronnie Phillips. Day 2 here in West Texas with 5 Land and Holding. And I know nothing about what has happened other because I just got here.
Day one, technically.
Well, but you recorded last night, right? So it's our second. It's the second day pod from 5 Land and Holding. Thank you. You just let me host the show, Joe. Okay?
Yeah, this guy just wants to be
the professional has arrived. Just let me do my thing, okay?
Picked up from the airport.
We held our own last night on the pod. I think we did.
I saved a bed in my room for you. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Why
guys,
don't you know what is going on? Why didn't you come yesterday?
Because I had family Christmas, man.
Oh, nice.
That's that last weekend of December that we always go back to my hometown and do Christmas with my family.
Marysville, Kansas.
And so it was
Marys or Mary?
Marys. There's an S in there.
Yeah, Marys.
People get that mixed up. Marysville, Kansas versus Maryville, Missouri. Anyway, but I'm here now.
Nice.
Flight just got in. Logan and DT picked me up, so it was a good flight in case you were wondering.
Unavailable?
Yeah, it was great. Didn't have to change planes.
Oh, nice.
Went into Dallas and then
right to Midland.
Yeah,
nice.
51-minute flight to Midland. Anyway, hey, congratulations, guys. You really got after him this morning and shot a limit by 8:30.
Yeah, we really ran him through the buzzsaw.
Yeah. He's been waiting. So now you're going to have to explain that story.
No, we'll leave it up. No,
I'm just going to start
ran
into a real buzzsaw.
I'm going to start throwing that in there.
I
love it. I love the term.
No, we got him.
It's a sports analogy that gets overused, and it makes me laugh every single time.
But now
I use buzzsaw in a group text message, and apparently I get made fun of because I didn't use the word correctly.
No, just correctly. I just like the words.
Yeah, feel free to go look up the 100 different definitions of Wikipedia.
Anytime I use the word buzzsaw, feel free to make fun of me anytime you want.
I love it. It's going to be in my repertoire from now on.
Exactly.
As it should.
And we're going to make fun of Joe.
It's a cool word. Yeah. I think people should use it more often. You guys, the Cranes really ran into a buzzsaw this morning. That's really what it came down to.
They sure did. It was fun. They came out pretty early. Just like we thought. We knew we wanted to be set up right at shooting time, and they came out pretty early, and we had like a couple singles, pair, 3-pack, just do it right in like first 30 minutes. Next thing you know, we had a group come in, and we were changing out for Dakota and Q, and they finished up. We had one bird like sail off that we couldn't find and eventually flew off, but we counted it towards our limit, and we were done. So we just moved on.
Yeah,
and
it was good, man.
I mean, the
ones that did it really good.
And we didn't even see the big big wads coming off the water yet, so we got out of there pretty quick. And there was a bunch landing to our west, right behind us. I say right behind us, probably like the quarter over. And then there was a bunch that kept going to the north. Like there were so many birds that were, which is weird. We didn't have any wind today, but they were like 10, 20 yards high, cutting across the field. And they wouldn't even give us the time of day. They just kept going
dragging. They were just dragging
super
across
low.
the field.
It's like, how are these not coming in?
Right.
Some of them we have a pretty normal struggle because we see a lot of north winds and we look straight at the sun. So camera lenses flare, and we were having some of that issue and stuff.
I heard you jacked up a volley.
No, I probably did. I guarantee you I did.
That was me. I for sure flared them. I was trying to film with my phone and
get some Instagram story content.
I got a little greedy. Them things have good eyes.
Oh yeah,
you can get away. You can get away with that.
He says that like he's just now learning that after 8 years of coming down here.
Just reinforced once again.
I mean, I know we talk about it all the time. But they really do. You can get away with filming with geese most of the time,
right.
and ducks and stuff. But I mean, you got to be inside. You can't be moving around, and
you got to be careful.
Yeah,
you got to be careful. You got to know.
I mean,
SRP when you can and when you can't.
Yeah, SRP was being so careful this morning. He popped up and he goes, "Where the hell are they?"
Yeah.
I don't think that's exactly what he said, but
something to that nature. Anyway.
That was the PG-13 version of it.
Yeah, it was funny. He didn't.
have no clue, no clue where they were,
and they came right into it. It was funny.
But hey, as opposed to rubber duckying it, sticking your head right out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, you're the real man.
He's done it once or twice.
Right.
So one of the things that we get comments on when we do this podcast is people want to know all the details of the hunt, like what kind of field were we in, what was the wind like, how many decoys did we throw, what was the spread like. So not being there, did you throw the whole trailer at them, or how many decoys did you run?
We left a couple bags in, but we ran 4 dozen we ran 4 dozen decoys, and I strung them out pretty good, made us look pretty, as big as we could.
It was really wide.
With no wind, I mean,
Right.
you
Sure.
got to give them space.
Trying to keep some decoys more on the upwind side to try to get them to drag across us a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no wind this morning. Bluebird, high skies. I mean, it was definitely a day where they came out and they really just did what they wanted. A couple groups, like you said, Logan, just flew right past us. Didn't care at all that we were there. But the ones that came out, it seemed like on the right line that got the best look at us. They seemed to money right up and come right in. But we were in a winter wheat field.
Okay.
Circle pivot, classic edge, tumbleweed.
I did see the
like
Insta story this morning, and I commented on it because it looked like a real thorough tumbleweed hide.
It was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We had a good
There
time
was
this
literally
morning.
a giant patch on like the northeast corner of where we were sitting.
Yeah.
And it's not like ideal, but like, because we were expecting that wind to be more like a cross shot, but there was none. So they're coming right in, but we were expecting to kind of cross shoot them this morning. And, we just disappeared. And then, we just took those tangle-free panel blinds and set those up and then just stacked those.
6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like seriously, 6 foot
There
tall
were some big
tumbleweed.
ones. Yeah,
There was
we
a couple
put
of big
in the
ones.
trailer.
Yeah.
There's a couple big ones.
3 of them went on payroll today.
But yeah, it was and they've been in there for a couple days. I was up there scouting earlier this week and saw him going to this one field that I hunt, every year. Farmer's really cool dude. I stopped in and talked to him, and he was like, "Man, I'm glad you're here." He's like, "I literally just planted, like 2 weeks ago, and they found it and started hitting it." So he's
Just
like,
been hammering it.
yeah, he's like, "Get in here and."
Yeah, they're literally just picking the seeds out of the dirt.
Yeah.
It's a cotton field, and it's just bare dirt out there. But yeah, they're just picking
They're,
seeds out.
they're picking the winter wheat.
The winter
seed?
wheat,
Winter wheat,
yeah.
It's not grown up or nothing
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. There's not even sprouts.
Yeah. So yeah, he was pretty glad that we got in there and busted him up pretty good this morning.
It sounds like you didn't really booger them up that bad, being how quick you were done. You can still pick on them while we're here.
Yeah, there was still plenty of birds coming off whenever we were finishing up. So we tried our best to, shoot good. Fortunately, the groups that we worked, they weren't like big groups. We had a couple small, nice bunches come in, and with just a couple guys shooting, you can do some damage pretty quick.
Sure. Well, you can only shoot 3 per person per
right.
day.
So,
I'd like to
Well,
walk that fine line of we want to help the farmer out and get the birds out of
Right,
there, but we don't want to scare them off too far
Sure. Right,
because we just want to go
exactly.
shoot them again.
yeah, we want them to still try to be a little comfy, at least for the next couple days anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Logan and I were talking about this after picking me up from the airport, and the way he was kind of explaining the size of those groups that were coming out. And to me, that sounded ideal for the situation, being that you got the sun in your face, trying to film in the sun, you have
Right.
no wind,
Right.
so it's harder to finish those bigger groups.
Mhm,
So it was
100%.
pretty much ideal. And because of it working out that way, now you get to work on that same group,
Right.
maybe not tomorrow or the next, but maybe the next day.
Right. Right.
So with that all being said, the cool thing about, excuse me, naturally we'll go out and scout tonight, but one of the cool things about the way this terrain is out here, that it's pretty flat. You can kind of get an idea of what those birds are doing in that morning flight. So it's almost like you get a hunt and the scout in at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially. Yeah, you can. Or especially, whenever you finish up early, at least allows you a little bit of time, driving back,
Yeah.
hey, let me go do a lap around. Let me see what's going on. I saw, 2 groups go that way behind us. Let me go see if I can't find where they went or whatever, So,
Yep.
But yeah, it does allow you the opportunity to, get a good bead on them for the, for the next day. But
So-
we're definitely going to go check on them this afternoon. And
That being said, do you kind of have a general idea, being that now we're recording this and we're kind of teasing this for what we can potentially talk about in the next podcast? What are we thinking we're going to do for tomorrow? Naturally, the scout could change tonight, but based on what we know at the moment.
based on all the facts that we have at this given time,
Yeah.
I would say chances are we're going to be hunting the same group of cranes tomorrow, just in a little different spot.
Okay.
So
There's
Mile
like-
away.
There's a lot of birds in that area.
Yeah, the roost, the way that they're coming off the roost, like some of them were cutting in front of us, and then there was a whole pile of them that were going like a quarter to half mile behind us,
Mhm.
and they were on a different line. Like they were sitting in the field behind us. We weren't even bothering them.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like
How far away was that?
essentially it's the same roost,
half
but
a mile.
Yeah.
they're two different groups of birds, so to speak. So
All right.
and there's a bunch of them. I mean,
Mhm.
there's enough.
How many birds are you thinking are roosting in there?
Man, it's hard to say right now.
They're just coming out so long. Like,
Man.
I mean, they just take. All
I mean,
morning
based
to come out.
on the
There's-
you were sending Snapchats before we got here. I
Right.
mean, and it looked like, I don't know, based on the video, a couple
Right.
thousand at least.
It's not crazy, but we have some pretty good numbers right now. I expect more birds to show up for sure, especially with this cold front that's kind of pushed down this week.
Mhm.
But I'd say, I don't know, anywhere from 10, 12,000 kind of in the area.
Okay.
Based on kind of what I've seen.
And
And they're
the-
spread out. I mean, there's a couple little feeds, going on, in between. But there's definitely more birds here now than there was last year at this time.
Well, that's what I mean.
So-
So we shot, including the one that kind of got away today. We shot 18, right?
Yep.
So that's triple last year's entire trip.
Pretty much in one day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt
Wow.
good. It
Yeah.
felt good.
It did
Good.
feel good.
Yeah, did you feel like you got some sweet redemption on
Oh,
them?
we got
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, we got them.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I hope that happens tomorrow as I get to join you guys. And it's
Probably
always-
not. It's probably, I mean, I'm just saying.
I'll just
Hey,
stay here.
We probably got our one in
Yeah.
today.
If we strike out tomorrow, you're back on a flight back home tomorrow.
Yeah.
The
I'm just
weather's-
gonna hang out here and I'll drink
that
beer.
one
The
real
weather's
quick.
going to change tonight. It's supposed to be overcast tomorrow. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with you here?
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Yeah, anything could happen. Well, I'm excited to be here.
Welcome back to the Papa Ron podcast.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the opportunity for
You're
having
welcome.
us down here. It's
No
always
problem.
an awesome way to kick
In
off
the
the new
new
year.
Casa de
Yeah,
Palumbo.
no doubt. Like I
This
haven't
is
had to
sweet.
check out the entire setup yet. I just walked in here to the barn, but awesome digs, man.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is great.
Pretty cool.
Could
Nice
use a
little
little
setup.
heat. I'm a little chilly.
Come on, man. It's just that time of year.
What is it? It
It's that time of year.
says that my watch says 43 degrees right now.
Eh.
That's out in the sun.
Well, you got this window blown on you too.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it. I'm not trying to complain. I'm
You
sorry.
are.
dude.
You are.
And yet you are.
You are. You are.
If anybody out there is looking to sponsor Heartland Waterfowl that is a mini split distributor or does any
He's looking for some
heating-
HVAC
yeah,
investments in
heating
here.
and air conditioning, anyone wants to throw in.
And happens to live in the Midland vicinity.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Don't forget that we're going to be giving away a Heartland Waterfowl swag pack while we're here. It's like we do every trip. It's easy to do. Just make sure you're subscribed to the Heartland Waterfowl YouTube channel. Comment, like on all of the stuff, whether it's the behind the blind content or the actual hunt recap. Excuse me. We take all of that into consideration, and then we're going to get you all hooked up with some. I don't know what it's going to be
Some
yet, but
hoodies,
hoodies, t-shirts, hats.
we talked about it last night.
Yeah.
you
well,
weren't here.
I'm going to talk about it again because I want to make sure that they don't forget to
Well,
do that.
You didn't even know what we were giving away.
I'm the one who told you what we were giving.
Yeah,
away.
swag
That's why we
pack.
talked about it last
Hey,
night.
we just
Yeah,
went ad
we
lib last night. Like we
specifically
made
said DVDs, decals, koozies,
watches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
watches.
Whatever Logan wants to give away.
Ronnie's time.
Joe Palumbo's got a really nice cowboy hat that he's going to throw in.
I thought we were giving away a free hunt to Five Land and Holding is what I thought we were doing. But oh yeah, you have to do this thing where you have to get a new foot. And
Yeah.
so that's going to
Be out for a little while.
really kind of screw up the
Yep.
opportunity to take people hunting. So you can all live
Couple months
vicariously through us over the next 3 days. So congratulations on a great hunt today. We'll be back at it tomorrow. And we'll bring you another update and kind of just give you an idea of what's going on here at camp here in West Texas with Five Land and Holding. So for Matt Westcoat, Joe Palumbo, Logan Burdett, I'm Ronnie Phillips. Check back tomorrow. Make sure you comment, do all the things, and hopefully you can win that swag pack from Heartland Waterfowl. And thanks again, Tetra Hearing, for being a great sponsor of the Behind the Blind podcast. Check them out online at tetrahearing.com.
Swag pack, baby.
Till next time.
If we have a bad hunt tomorrow,
It's all my fault.
your flight is getting booked on the way home.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Sending you back
We're
to
going to
Lee
get
Summit.
them. We're going to get them.